Fikile Mbalula realized that anyone, even a goat, can be SG. And I can raise my hand. This has changed. He is the worst of SGs in the ANC. He makes a lot of noise. He is not a respectable human being, by the way. He is not sober. After he has spoken, either you laugh or you wonder what has gone wrong with the ANC. You can't reflect after Fikile has spoken. That Cyril Ramaphosa, by the way, wanted Fikile to be SG of the ANC. Tells me that actually Cyril Ramaphosa wanted to kill the ANC. Because Cyril Ramaphosa has been long enough in the ANC. He knows what I'm talking about. That he allowed Fikile to be on the same slate with him as potential SG tells you that he actually, Cyril himself doesn't care about the future of the ANC. Lastly, Fikile is the first SG to preside over an ANC that failed to clinch a majority. That is big. So, would you say a character like that will have a future in the party? Certainly not. By all standards, this chap doesn't qualify to have a future in the party. In fact, he was not supposed to be there after the elections. A proper democratic party anywhere in a civilized country would have removed a guy like that. Because
good day everyone, and welcome to another epic episode. Welcome to Newsology, a political channel that talks about politics. I please implore you to please join me in this political media house whereby we talk about politics and what is trending. So there's this war that I want us to talk about, right? But I don't want us to focus on the war, but everything now has to do with this war that is happening between the SG of the ANC, Fikile Mbalula, and Prince Mashele. So you know Prince Mashele is always pointing out what he deems to be wrong in the ANC and talks about the future of the ANC to say that the ANC, he does not see them surviving or even growing bigger than where they are. In order for them to grow, he says that they will only decline and to be even less than 30%, right? So we know that he's been making a lot of statements, very not welcoming statements, very painful statements to hear about his political analysts. But it seems like Fikile Mbalula has been watching, has been observing, and has been hearing all the arguments that Prince Mashele is busy spreading in the internet. And he said that this man is not a political analyst, but this man is a politician, and they need now, as the ANC, to challenge his views, to challenge him and to argue him, to take him on. So it seems like Fikile Mbalula is ready to take on Prince Mashele and to argue with him, to counter-argue him about his claims about the decline of the African National Congress. Because you know what, Prince Mashele will just come out and call the ANC to say that it is dead, and President Cyril Ramaphosa is presiding over the dead political party, that 2029 it will be going down further below 30%, right? And those news or those analyses, Fikile Mbalula does not take them lightly. So he says that no, they will argue the man, they need to argue. So I was just thinking, they're in the ANC, who has the capacity or the strength or the power or the energy to argue Prince Mashele? Maybe it is Colin Malachi. You will only call Colin Malachi for assistance to argue Prince Mashele, because we know how Colin Malachi is so disrespectful, especially to the leaders, other opposition political party leaders, the elders. In fact, he just talks randomly without checking whether what he's saying it is in line or it is respectful and truth. He just talks and just comes upon, rain upon people without checking any facts or just speaking truth. It's not what he normally does. Will they send a person like that to argue Prince Mashele, because I'm thinking of no one who will be able to take on Prince Mashele, because as much as Prince Mashele will be making all these statements in favor or wanting to look good to the DA, but he does state some facts, right? Maybe he will not say everything to be 100% correctly so, but he does spit there some facts. I call out the ANC of corruption and other misdeeds that the ANC is busy pushing, right? So Fikile Mbalula, the SG, says that he is not happy about Prince Mashele because he is not a political analyst, but he is a politician. So he says that Prince Mashele wanted to be the premier of the DA. I never knew about that. He wanted to join the DA. And now I understand why he always protects the DA when he speaks. You can even hear from his words that he is protecting the DA and he is supporting the DA, because according to Prince Mashele, the only political party that can make change or is the future of South Africa is the Democratic Alliance. On his Twitter X platform account, he says that here is Prince Mashele application for DA premiership, but was rejected by the party. How is it this failed politician want to be considered to be an independent political analyst when clearly embedded as a media broadcast needs to take us all serious? So Fikile Mbalula shares this document that has the initials of Prince Mashele when he was just bidding to be part of the DA so that he will become the premier of the DA come 2019. I mean, now I understand why the man, every time when he gives his political analysis, he will always protect the DA or deem the DA as the future. God, the man is begging for the position. He still wants that position in the DA. So Fikile Mbalula calls him out and say, you are not a political analyst, but you are a politician. You are always pushing some biased propaganda against the ANC, and the ANC is willing to take you head on and to counter argue all your claims about the ANC. So this war is very interesting. It's very interesting. I can't wait to just see ANC, the likes of Paul Mashele, arguing with Prince Mashele. I just wonder who will be winning that argument there, or that debate there, right? So let us just look at what Prince Mashele has said about the ANC and Fikile Mbalula and others, because he too is the one who started with all this war in just calling out Fikile Mbalula and saying that he's the worst SG who is presiding over the dead ANC. Prince Mashele, that man will just come and reign on top of you. So he says this, even the goat can be the SG, like the literal goat, the goat, the animal. He says that the animal, the goat, can be the SG. He is the worst SG in the history of the ANC. Those are the words of Prince Mashele. Number 2, he makes a lot of noise and he is not sober. So he speaks too much.
He's always pete, 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 saying a lot of nothing.
So when he continues, he says that Cyril Ramaphosa wanted Fikile Mbalula to be the SG. This shows how he wanted to kill the ANC. Okay? Fikile Mbalula is the first SG to preside over the dead ANC that failed to clinch the majority. That is very big. So he says that Fikile Mbalula is the failure. He has no future in the party. That champ does not, by all standards, does not qualify to be in the future of the party. He was not supposed to be there after the election, right? So the 2024 May election, he says that he believes that Fikile Mbalula was supposed to be fired already because he has just destroyed the ANC himself to be the worst of the SGs in the history of the ANC. He has underperformed in the ANC. Those are the words of Prince Mashele, to say that Fikile Mbalula was not supposed to be there. Now I wonder, and I understand, because Fikile Mbalula was just quiet for some time, but now he has come boldly forward, right, and just called Prince Mashele by name.
And others have said in the past that we must surgically remove the ANC. I saw another man who got a bribe to write a book saying we must be removed. And then he speaks with moral authority, as though he's coming from heaven, trying to mobilize everybody and say he's engaged in a fight. He's failed even to amass a small support even in the DA to become premier candidate in Gauteng. He's now looking for bigger things. He will hoodwink people who want to listen to him. And I don't know why you still invite this guy in the, because as an independent analyst, we're going to challenge him. He has thrown his colors to the mast. He's a politician. What analysis is he having? Is he going to dish out in the public broadcaster and everywhere else? You invite him, you like him. Very well. Yes, you like him, Prince Mashele, and then you call him a political analyst. What analyst? He is in the terrain. He says he wants us removed. We will challenge any media house that continue to invite that pusillanimous politician that is an independent and demonstrate he's tired in terms of his thinking. We want to engage with him in the public platforms about what he says about the ANC and all of that. We're not afraid of him or his views. So we want to engage, but we will contest anyone who says that is an objective political analyst. He's not. He started with Herman Mashaba and the books and all of that. And then it went quiet. It disappeared. So he has come back. In South Africa, most you can be unpopular for a day. And then in the next 3 days, people forget who you are. Yeah, he's a very, very tired thinking politician running amok in this country, claiming that the ANC must be removed and that is his objective and ANC's enemy number one. We are ready to engage with him in the political terrain about everything and anything.
He called him by name and said that they want to counter-argue on his statement about the ANC, right, which Fikile Mbalula is so not happy about, right? So Fikile Mbalula responded, and this is what he said here. He is a politician, not a political analyst. That's what he said. We will challenge any media house that seeks to invite that pusillanimous, which is a person who shows the lack of courage or determination, a coward or a spineless person. Oh, wow. So now he says that they want to challenge all the media houses that invite Prince Mashele. So I know that Jesus loves to invite Prince Mashele. So meaning Spood and Fikile Mbalula will come for him and say, stop inviting such a person, right? Or it will be interesting maybe to see if maybe DJ Spood can invite maybe both of them, if only Fikile will agree to come and maybe to have that debate, right? They can send Colin Malachi, is fine, but anyone from the ANC whom they trust that has deep and strong political views will need to go and attend that man, Prince Mashele. So he said again on another statement when he continues, he is thinking as a tired politician. We want to engage with him about what he says about the ANC. We are not afraid of him nor his views. Okay? That comes from Fikile Mbalula. He started with the Herman Mashaba and the books, and he went quiet, right? And you remember that story that Prince Mashele got some funding from Herman Mashaba, and he got some 12.5 million that was given to him as a fund to write a book, right? And the book thing was just a failed project that even leads him, even today, he still owes Herman Mashaba to pay him that money. So Fikile Mbalula has just resurrected that and rose that to say that now this failed politician even started to go to Herman Mashaba to seek for some funds just to write a book, right? A very, very tired politician running amok in this country, claiming that the ANC must be removed, right? So Prince Mashele and the Secretary General war has just been going on for some years, right? But Fikile Mbalula was not so keen in terms of responding to him and his claims about the ANC, because whether we like it or not, Prince Mashele has some very good points in terms of his analysis when it comes to the ANC and how the voters of South Africa have now rejected the ANC. That's why we have seen it decline, right? But now it comes with another claim to say that the ANC in the future will be the party of the past. It will not be there, according to Prince Mashele, because he says that when it comes to 2019 elections, that is where you will see that the ANC, it is finished and over with, right? So it can be very interesting if Fikile Mbalula himself, I still say, can argue the man. Let us have that debate, maybe before the 2016 local government election. Let us see that debate between the SG Secretary General, and she's always better, talking. Let us see now him talking and counter-arguing Prince Mashele and his claims of what he calls out the ANC to be. Please don't forget, you can subscribe to this channel and you can leave a comment on the section below, and if you have time you can press the super thanks button until we meet on the next video, and I'm bowing out.